So look, this is what we're talking about, people. This little, I'm not gonna flip the camera off, there we go. Today I'm flying into Reno, Nevada to hang with a friend for a few days. Originally, I was supposed to spend this week in Yosemite National Park, but when that trip got canceled, I called my high school friend Art and told him I was on my way. When one door closes, another one opens, right? I got much more of a show on the flight than I expected. Peeking out the window, I could see we were flying over Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Forests, and pretty soon I spotted Yosemite National Park off in the distance. It was a great treat still getting to see the park from above. Before I knew it, I was back on the ground and Art and I were on our way to our first adventure of the day, a waterfall just outside of Carson City. This is called North Kings Canyon Waterfall, and it's a great little place to stop and stretch your legs, enjoy a picnic lunch, or just admire the setting. The walk to the falls is only about a quarter mile up from the parking lot, which makes it a quick and easy spot to enjoy. Now that we had gotten up close and personal with one waterfall, Art was excited to show me an even greater one. So we hopped back in the car and headed for none other than Lake Tahoe. And while I would like to thank Art for showing me all around Tahoe, I'm pretty sure Kaylee did most of the driving. Our destination for the afternoon was a beautiful spot called Emerald Bay. I couldn't get enough of all the blues and greens between the sky, the lake, and the thousands of pine trees surrounding us. I'm a desert girl, born and raised, so anytime I get a view like this is a wonderful treat. We parked the car and headed down a path that led to the top of Eagle Falls. Art had been selling this spot all day, saying the first waterfall was okay, but this next one would be amazing. Unfortunately, my timing put me here at the end of the dry season, and Eagle Falls was only a trickle. I've seen photos of this thing roaring over the rocks before, so I can't wait to go back when it's flowing full. So we climbed back up to the highway and walked to a trailhead that would take us down to the shore of Emerald Bay. Along the way, we climbed up some huge boulders to get an overview of the lake. I should clarify that Art and I climbed. Kaylee ran straight to the top and back down again before we had taken 5 steps. I'm pretty sure she's half gecko. The path down to the shore is quite easy. It's about a mile long and some parts are paved. We made it to the shore, saw the Vikings' home house, which looks like it's right out of a fairy tale, and then we hiked up to see the lower section of Eagle Falls. Once again, it was barely recognizable. The sun was getting lower in the sky, so we headed back to the car, but not before I snagged this shot of the last bit of sun shining on Fanette Island for the day. The next morning, we headed back for Lake Tahoe. Kaylee drove, of course. This time we're headed for the north end of Lake Tahoe, in search of wild birds that apparently become quite friendly if you bring them a tasty treat. We weren't sure of the exact location we were looking for, so we were winging it, which gave us opportunities to discover new areas we hadn't planned on seeing. Hey guys, what's up? I'm here today above Lake Tahoe with my friend Art. Say hi, Art. Hello. And let's see, we're up here at Chickadee Ridge, up above 8,000 feet. It's a little chilly here, to be honest. And we've heard that if we bring some bird seed, some of these birds will come and actually land on us and eat from our hands, so we're gonna give this a shot. All right, let's check it out. We're afraid that little Kaylee back there, who's adorable by the way, might make the birds a bit uncomfortable, so I'm gonna come up here and get a little distance from the pup. You see if we can't attract some local wildlife. Of the feathered kind, not the bear kind. And boy, it's just beautiful up here. It's amazing. In fact, right over there, that is the Mount Rose ski resort. Before there's snow on it, I see some white stuff on the top of the mountain. I'm not quite sure what that is, because I really don't think that's snow left over. It's late October. Anyway, alright, I'm gonna be quiet and stop talking. See if I can get any birds' attention here. Alright, well, that last location was a bust. So we hopped back in the car, came up the highway a little bit further. Or actually backtracked, really. We're now at Tahoe Meadows. And I hear some birds. So here's hoping. Just to give you guys a little idea of how chilly it is right now. This little water, I don't know, what would be a creek, kind of just a pooling area, has frozen over already. So yeah, needless to say, it is a little bit chilly. It's also later in the afternoon, but we're plenty warm. We've got some shorts on today. Legs are fine. Upper body needs a little bit of a sweater or jacket. Also here on the trail we've got some more ice here in a muddy spot. But still no chickadees. Hopefully we can see some before this trip is up. We might come back out here again tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. Either way, we got some great views here. Lovely pines, gorgeous meadow. Beautiful time of day, the sun's lowering in the sky. It's just great to be outdoors. Long story short, we gave up on the birds and headed for some dinner. After a full day of hiking, we were ready for a feast. Art said I had to try this spot at the lake called Aleworks, a local brewery that also made artisan pizzas with toppings like pear and arugula or butternut squash on them. Good food with good friends makes for a great end to a day. My last day in Nevada, Art took me to see Virginia City, an historic western town filled with buildings that were built in the 1800s. We sauntered around the main drag and popped into a couple of shops to buy souvenirs, but our favorite stop by far was Barrels of Candy. Let's just say I went a little wild with the candy purchasing and leave it at that. I also spotted a novelty from our childhood that could not be passed up. Alright guys, we're here in Virginia City. I'm here again with Art. Say hi. Wave, Art.
Hello.
Hello. Alright. Art has never heard of these awesome things from our childhood, which are horrible for children. Don't get me wrong. It encourages smoking. But we all had these as a kid, apparently except for Art. Say hi, Art. We were just in this awesome candy shop here, and so we found some of these bubblegum smoking cigarette things, and he's never tried these, so we're about to try them. Open that up. Alright.
Where did you get them? In here?
Yeah, right there,
right
barrels
there.
of candy. See, everybody wants to try them. I'm not the only one. I haven't had one of these since elementary school.
They look like little cigarettes.
Okay, so like lightly roll it like between your fingers for a second to break up the powdered sugar, like on the stick there. Like here, look, let me have it. So look. This is what we're talking about, people. This little, I'm not gonna flip the camera off, there we go. Looks like a cigarette, all right? And then, let's see. That's not working very well. Can't see it. That didn't work. It's bubble gum on the inside. But I guess there's powdered sugar inside that actually is what causes it to smoke. She said to here, like, to like roll it. I might have already used all mine up. No, it's not working. That's a bummer. That's a bummer.
So what do you do?
Well, we're gonna try to figure this out. Here's these candy cigarettes, take 2. You're not getting it on the camera at all here, but I did get a puff. I did get 1 puff of smoke. Powdered sugar smoke, I might add. It's not real cigarette smoke.
So you just roll it?
I think you could just like bite the gum out of the paper when you're done, and it's bubble gum in the inside.
Okay.
I guess it's a little bit lame. Now that I'm vlogging this for you guys, enjoy your laughs, get them while you can. Oh well.
Yeah. It's worth a shot.
The childhood illusion is shattered. For my last night, Art took me out for a night on the town in Reno. We had dinner at a delicious teppanyaki restaurant called Ichiban Steakhouse and Sushi Bar, where we not only got a 5-star meal, but a show to go along with it. If you're ever in Reno, you have to check this place out. A fabulous show for a fabulous last night in the Tahoe area. I cannot wait to come back. Very nice. There's a little bit. You see that tiny little puff just right there? The very tiny puff.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, see? That'll be good.
I don't know if anything came out that third time.
No.
Bummer.